Just to be sure, like this video will go on YouTube, okay? Just to before we begin.
Yes.
Um, okay. So the purpose of today's video here is to understand how was your experience and to kind of go through the numbers again and see if there are any more insights are there. A couple of things that I have kind of planned in to see that how it goes, and let's see how it goes. Okay. So first of all, overall, I think I particularly liked the entire execution. You guys were very prompt, and then you also and all of it, and that's it. From you, is there anything specific that you want to highlight overall? How was your experience? What did you learn?
Yes, sir. So the experience was like nice because this sending the machine learning codes and we were used to create some creative post, and we also uh, some new codes about machine learning, which are really nice codes. Seeing the metrics, it was clear about that only the first page focus for, because if the first page is correct, then people will really like the post.
Right.
Yes, sir, it was new for me, so I really enjoyed creating it and even learning. And it was first time like what I created went on a social platform.
Right.
It was really nice and new.
Got it. What about you, Vidhi?
Same for me. Like we got to learn about machine learning and AI through this post. Like even for through like while searching the codes, we were able to gain a lot of knowledge and information through it. So
Right.
overall, it was a really great experience, and it was fun also, like to create the post as well.
Right. Right. I seen some of the posts were like really creative, like some of the front page and some of the code in the middle also you have used icons. Every one of you have tried this and you guys have done like really put in a lot of effort. Definitely more than an hour I can estimate from the work that I have seen.
So the main part was using Canva. It was really fun using Canva.
Right, definitely. So I'm sure that skill will be used somewhere in the future, uh, in the modern remote work, your personal brand space, and I'm not sure how the work culture and everything will change, how it is going to transform. But adding this extra skill will definitely work. One of the best thing that I liked about you all was the promptness that you replied on Twitter, even though like there was a like because of the scheduling that we had once a day, even though you guys were like you just had to check once a day and you have to reply it, and everyone was nice. So overall the thing was very smooth. I was never worried when my next post will come or anything like that, because everything was on time and the schedule was already out. So all those things, I think the communication was also very nice as compared to our design thinking experience point of view. And definitely this was a very smaller piece of work. That work was very exhaustive. That is been my understanding. Now that is like overall it was good. I'm happy. Just wanted to first know like it was even useful for you or not. So let me share the screen now. So this you already know that this is out with you, and all the green red we have already discussed. Now if you see, at least the major portion is green, which is actually a good indication from overall point of view, which I liked. That was the outcome of it was fruitful for me. Inspired, like you also find it fruitful. That was very nice. So does that mean that can we do one more round for December? Is that a yes from you all?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Yes, sir. It will be like a great opportunity again.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. So I have your permission, so we will continue with that. So this we have already discussed in our last the chat and stuff. So this was nice. So we tried multiple things. Something worked. There were like this two posts was blown out of proportion, even though most of them was viewed from San Francisco, Silicon Valley. So that's the reason artificial intelligence and machine learning is a hot topic. Data science is a hot topic. We are trying to do the thing. That's the reason it went there wild. But yeah, good learning. So that was very nice. So in the next month experiment, it why I say experiment is because we still can't like the experiment will be done once we have a consistency of that post, like every post on an average is doing a 500 view, or that we find a pattern which is not unpredictable, right? Like we had like a good run and then at the end it dipped down, so we want to make sure that it is predictable. And now that is one part of it. The second part and the most important part is you guys are learning machine learning. Actually, that's my kind of uh, like it is ironical because if you actually kind of learn it from a point of giving value, then automatically the post will be more valuable. The creative side of it is definitely there, but the value side of it is what will make one of the differences. And based on that, then it kind of is a circle, like a feedback loop, like we learned in the design thinking. So that loop we'll try to establish. Now, in order to do that, what we will do is we will only do like I've kind of created a guidelines. Now this guidelines is random also, and it's based on one of the theories. So this particular post, this particular person, sorry, Liz, she's the head of content from Huma. And if you see her post has a theme. Like normally they say like one content or a brand has to should have a theme. The thing we did randomly it was check what works, what not works, but we didn't got any. So we'll try the tried and tested. If you see her, if you can go and check her. Her posts are really very nice. Like it's been she has written a book about it, and it's all about well-being of employee working. And so you kind of you can see that theme of the blue color and nice font, and she has a message to share every time it works. Okay, so that's so based on this as a primarily idea, like one theme and one post. So what I want you to do this time is the internal part of the particular post, or all the part, like the first till the last, will keep uh, the color scheme same. Okay, and the color scheme will be white and gray and the purple of 73 bits logo that you can find it from the logo. So let me open up my Canva. So I'll just these are a couple of my, let's see, just want to figure out. Okay, so this is the gray that, so yeah, so this is the gray. You can watch the recording and figure out this code number. So this is the gray we will try to use, 1E2223. Okay, so a bit dark like a black. So basically the idea is to create a black and white kind of a theme for now. Okay, and what we will play is we will play with the uh, we'll play with the oops, we'll play with the font. Okay, so the font you can go crazy, so you can also go to this. I think I've mentioned this in multiple of my internal video also. So you'll play with the font where you can use different font size also. And if you are using any logo like this, or not logo but any icons, try to use flat icons. Okay, so here if you see, if you go through it, there is a little less icons but more of logo and stuff of like this. So we will not use the photo side of it, but we will use checkbox or logo or something like this. So that is the one thing. So the reason what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to reduce your time effort in one area where the creative side of it will pull that back, will give more value to the knowledge of the machine learning. Okay, so that is one thing. That is the first thing. The color scheme, purple, white, and that particular shade of gray. The purple thing, you will go to the website my 73bit.com, you will find that shade, and I know you are expert to do that. The second part, which if you see, which we will which you see the original idea, which kind of this one got 13K views, is that my post started from second page. Okay, but on the first page what happened was I created this uh, kind of a commentary, like what did they say is the social commentary that I did. So the whole theme was uh, like there was an article saying that stop using artificial intelligence as a marketing term. Okay, and then I created this stop video, and so somehow I feel like this first page is the creative space that I'm giving to you. So I'm not completely removing it. So I'll give that, but the color theme will be that only. On the code that you're doing, you have to do some kind of a social commentary. Okay, now I'll tell you exactly what kind of social commentary you use. So I will also guide you there also, as well. So what I think, like what I, and the reason how I'm everything is on the like there is some principle on which I'm planning this whole thing. The first thing is the same theme from the one who is already famous uh, illustrator. Second is the use of only font, which is by Chris Do. He is a graphic designer, and he has more than, I mean, almost 1 million followers. He only does business content, so you can understand he's not like he's not creating videos or anything. He's just doing a text post and still, so he's basically educating about business design and stuff. So these two are the principle. The third principle which I'm going to share you with you right now is from, I've been attending a lot of, already be doing a Stanford course on machine learning and writing script on R. But apart from that, I've been doing like this online data science courses are there. So they have their introduction course, right, where they kind of explain what they're going to teach and all. So in one of those course, what I learned was the approach they like. They want they that course were for professionals, like the people who are already in the industry for 10 years. For them to transit into data science, what approach should be taken? And one of the ideas that they, or one of the way theory like they work was, they told that you solve business problems. So you find use cases of the business problems and solve them one by one. So every time you solve a business problem using this thing, and by the time you do 10 use cases or 15 use cases, you will automatically kind of have an experience of it. Okay, so now based on, and I like the idea because it makes sense, right? If there is a business case and if I have a data science problem, for me also to think and to work and to see which algorithms to be applicable. So basically what they say is what that person was telling was there, like I think you already know all the KNN and all. I think you guys have studied it. So overall there might be 50 or 100 such algorithms already there. Okay, but what that person was telling, if you see a use cases, there is a pattern of top used algorithms, and that has been used again and again, and that's how they kind of solve it. Okay, so that's what their theory was. And what that person told is, if you tell me the use case and then kind of work with the use case and see what algorithm applies, so that means you will be able to identify them nice. Okay, so that was the theory, and I think it's very practical and very knowledgeable. Okay, so that, so again, coming one step before that, I just went out and searched for some use cases, like what use cases are there, and I couldn't find money. Okay, like there are certain like textbooks use cases are there, but then there are not practical implementation of use cases. Now, what with that idea, what I thought would be useful for you all would be also to keep a backlog of all these use cases, and then when your time comes from the practicality of it, you can have a log of all these use cases. Okay, now connecting this back to our domain, which is sustainability. You guys already have a bit of a knowledge, so consider that as our playing field. You can search about different implementation of machine learning. Okay, and now the theme is only machine learning, not artificial intelligence or anything. We are going very narrow because now we are going to talk about the algorithm. Now we are going to kind of get into like the hardcore knowledge or the technology part of it. So what you can do is, you can first again find a quote on machine learning, which you are already doing. Then you can kind of take couple of keywords from there and find a use case applied on sustainability. Okay, then you create the code, and the first commentary will be based on the outcome of that use case. Like there will be someone who has conducted that case study, and someone made a remark like this many temperature or something has been reduced because of this, or some kind of a hook statement, as they say in marketing. Okay, some kind that can attract it. And if you see on the top of it, or like I always put a text and then your code, right? So earlier I didn't used to get your text. So that text will be the use cases and its detail, which will be again a copy paste that you will give me in the email, and you will attach this PDF with the front page with some kind of a hook statement where you will do a social commentary based on the your case study or the use case that you found. So that is pretty much the idea that I want. Any doubt, or is it clear what we are trying to do here?
Sir, so we will find the use cases of business problems related to machine learning, right? And then
Mach-
we'll come.
Machine learning in sustainability.
Okay.
Okay. So the domain will be sustainability. The technology will be machine learning. You will find a quote of machine learning in generic that has nothing to do with the use case. And then you will find a machine learning and use case as a point, as a text of it. Because what we have identified is the code actually applies to almost everything, right? It's a bit more of a generic thing. That is a relation already, and there is some value in the code itself. Okay, there are people, whatever that, like for example, uh, it is more about like the test data or the error data that is important for machine learning. So this kind of thing is natural for us, but for a non technology person, especially in sustainability, okay, they understand, okay, what is test error, they will at least come to know about the terminology or jargon of it. But the use cases should be about sustainability and machine learning, and so that you have that first detail wala text wala part, and then using that use case you have to create that hook statement of the first page. So that is something new for you to use your creativity there.
So what do you mean by use case? Is it like introduction to a particular chapter or
No, that is okay. Just let me share my screen again. uh okay, just a second. There is a title, 10 myths. See what is the role of can artificial. Okay, sorry. Mm, mm, just a second. Okay, maybe this one. Mm, Okay, will the time I kind of figure out which one I have added. A use case is something like a business case where they have implemented uh, artificial intelligence to solve a business problem. Like, and I have mentioned about it in one of the posts where I mentioned 10 use of big data. If you have gone through it, just a second. Okay, doesn't work. Mm, Come on, was it in the beginning? All right, so this was the one. So if you see on the screen, uh, these are the 10 projects that are used in sustainability that has used artificial intelligence. Okay, a use case, a business case is normally an example where they, for example, if you see Intel's anti-poaching Rhino chips, so they might, what they might have done is they have put a chip in the Rhino and using geo satellite, they have kind of seen where the Rhino is, and then the so that's a project, right? So 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 now you kind of gained a knowledge like, okay, people have used this to save endangered species. So now that is to the climate change or sustainability thing, like how they are saving polar bears using. So you have to do a Google search and use the words like this only: business case or use case for sustainability using machine learning, and you will get a lot of them. And sometimes you can use your algorithm word also instead of machine learning, or business case for RNN or KNN, sorry, KNN or whatever, or Gaussian algorithm or whatever, like Bayer's algorithm or whatever your algorithm. Try to look that, find out what is use cases, and if you don't know exactly what is, try to watch maybe a 3-4 hour videos only on use case or business cases. That in itself will help you for whatever field you go, like whatever direction of technology you will go. Try to understand what is the use case or what is the business case, and then you will can draw parallel to it. So the whole idea here is, so what I'm trying to do here is the search of use cases, understanding the implementation of machine learning, and to create this kind of a snippet from that. This is completely your personal logbook kind of a thing. That's pure, that has nothing to do with the quote or the post, honestly speaking. That's purely from your learning part of it, and it should take approximately 60% of your whole activity of one post, right? So your more focus should be on the use case and trying to, the creative part is how to create that hook statement. Like I had this one, this is the hook statement. So this is the hook statement. So that is where the 40% is where I want you to spend. The rest you can only spend on the font and stuff like that, right? So because color and everything is standard, so you don't have to think. So I don't want you to so it's nothing wrong that creativity is good for you, but what I want is more machine learning and technology understanding, and to understand the application of machine learning. So the core underlining what we are trying to do is the application of machine learning, and from there we will kind of work backward and then kind of see how it works. So at least each one of you will learn 5 use cases, means 5. So how they are saving polar bears, or the saving polar bear use big data, but I want to specifically search about machine learning. If you don't find anything machine learning, then maybe you come to artificial intelligence, and that's still not a problem. We'll figure it out. But I feel that you should be able to get, or if you're not getting on Google, you might should get on Twitter or somewhere you should get, because there are a lot of people working in this area. There is like the data kind link that I shared the other day. So those are the professional data scientists who are working for non-profits and giving volunteer time for solving all these climate change problems. Okay. Any other
Yes,
questions?
Sir, is it okay to use different multiple fonts in single code also?
Yeah, no, don't do that. Then the flow is not like for reading, it becomes a challenge. See, that's what I'm trying. That's why I'm emphasizing. Don't put a lot of energy. You did it once for 5, you got an idea, you learned. That's it. Now, if somebody is giving you a specific job of designing it, then it's a different case. But it won't add much value for your career is what I'm trying to kind of, my whole focus, like you did a lot of good creative job, that was really nice, but my focus was more ki you learn more about machine learning, which happened but not to a certain extent. That's the reason I'm introducing this business case idea where you don't have to code anything, but still you will learn, because then they will explain what are the steps they took to implement this algorithm, what was the data set size, how much data, the test data was there, what was the duration of the project. So this kind of information is very important as a technologist, right? So you will come to know what kind of project, what size of project is going on, how many people were involved, and then use your creativity in creating the copy of the first hook page. Like, did you know, like only 2 people saved 15,000 uh, I don't know, polar bear. It's not possible, but I'm just trying to tell. Like, based on that case, you kind of figure out 2 extreme opposite and create uh, uh, some kind of a hook statement. Got it?
yeah, sir. So basically, we have to focus more on the content this time.
Right. More on the content, and specifically pick any quote. Quote is not a problem, because we understood like people are mostly not, maybe not reading, everyone is not reading, so quote is secondary. The content is in 2 space. One is the business case or use case on the top, which is the first line is important, and the first line of the content is will be focused, and on the screen, the first page, the content is what we will focus on. Okay, and next, after the next month when we will do this kind of a review call, you guys should be you guys should know a few use cases that you understand. Okay, this is how practically machine learning is used. So now you know the theory, but this will give you some certain example of the practical side of
Yes, sir.
it. All right, so should we wrap up?
Okay,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay.
Okay, all the best. Bye bye.
Bye,
I'll,
sir.
I'll I'll send the
Bye, sir.
schedule, make the schedule ready, and I'll keep the order same like the person of 3. We'll continue rest of them. We'll reduce some of the filters, maybe which is not required, because we are only focusing on the first page. So the rest of them will be automatically kind of not as significant. All right. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.